Namaste, Sasriyakal and Salam friends. Welcome to yet another episode of the talk show Sajan Nair, Tourism, Hospitality and Aviation. Today our guest is Shailesh Thakur. Hi Shailesh, how are you?
Hi. Hi, Sajan. I'm fine. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Let me take all the pleasure of introducing you to Mr. Shailesh Thakur. He has a vast experience in the airline industry, education, as well as tourism industry. He has worked internationally in Oman, and also is a long-standing colleague of mine. Today, we'll speak to Shailesh about his experience and learnings as a tour manager. So, these are questions that start with usually people ask the last. First, I would like to know, Shailesh, how many countries have you visited as a tour manager on work side till date is concerned? Your thoughts?
Well, Sajan, that's my favorite question because, since got a chance to see so many places around the world, the favorite country I would say is undoubtedly Turkey. You know, yes, people normally expect something like a France and Europe, but Turkey is really one of the best places. I would love to go n number of times, even after death. Probably my soul would probably be roaming around in Turkey. And if you ask me the place I would love to always go is Istanbul. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Yeah, absolutely stunning, and one of the top five visited cities in the world. By
Shailesh,
people around
obviously,
the
it's
world.
your favorite, and especially being in tourism, what appeals you the most? The people, the culture, the way the people live there, or they welcome you. What is that influences a traveler? Why do they like that place?
I think everything, Sajan. It's a place. The people make the most important decision out here because people are very friendly. I feel people are European, but they're not stiff as the Europeans. So that's the best part of Turkey. They mix with you, they mingle with you. Although it's a touristic place, but they don't want to cheat you and things like those. You do have people, of course, cheaters around the world. Okay, whether it's India or it's New York, you will have people cheating you. But I found the people of Turkey were very nice, warm hospitality, and we don't. I'm not just saying for the heck of it because I experienced it firsthand. When I went first time to Turkey, when our 9/11, so 26/11 was happening. Okay, that was the time I first went to Turkey. So the issue was going on around Taj, and there was this whole military and navy operations going on. And I happened to take a flight to Istanbul to do my first training overseas for the Turkish airline crew. And people out there were so curious to know what's happening in Mumbai because we're seeing all over the news, the Taj Hotel, the Opera Hotel, all attacked, and Navy helicopters, everything. So they were very curious to know, and they were very sympathetic about what's happening. So I was quite amazed. Until then, I was not knowing what is Turkey all about. But after seeing the place, after seeing so many places, what stays in my mind is Turkey. The food is great, of course. The weather is great. The monuments are beautiful. The vistas, the scenery is amazing. Two continents, Asia, Europe. I think it has the best places. It has got best of everything. Europe, Asia, Middle East, everything. Yeah.
Shailesh, I think our the conversation is going to be very interesting. I think I'll have to break it into two halves also. So the first question is, first question is, what prompted you to be a tour escort? How did you get into tour escorting? Yeah, first that, yeah.
Okay, I think the word escorting you can change because escort would also denote something else
Yeah,
what you see in newspapers. And I mean, of course, escort is technically the right word, but unfortunately, the word has got a little different connotation also at times. But I did not become. I accidentally got into the role. So that's a very interesting story. I was working with Cox and Kings, and I was in operations. I had no idea I'll ever do a tour in my life. I go to the office. I'm sitting on my desk doing some operation work, and my boss calls me saying, "Can you go to Thailand in the evening?" I said, "What? In the evening?" I said, "Which evening?" He said, "Today evening, aaj sham ko." I'm like, "Are you fine?" And I was of course excited because as a young man, you want to get to travel. And I didn't have any doubt. And then he said, "We have a tour which is going. There's nobody going. The tour manager got cancelled last minute. We have nobody else. Do you have a passport?" I said, "Of course I've got a passport." "Jaoge?" मैंने कहा, "हाँ, करूँगा." And I go home, I pack my bags, and I'm at the airport. I'm doing my first tour. You know, the file comes to the airport, everything comes to the airport. I'm told at the airport what is the itinerary all about, who are the people, and that's how I land into being a tour manager. So it all happened accidentally. And like a tiger tasting blood, I tasted blood, and then I wanted more and more blood. You know, so then I quit my CNK job, Cox and Kings job, and I became a tour manager with the same guys. You know, so it was interesting. It was painful. The first tour was very painful, but I think it was still worth it. You know, and that's how I accidentally became tour manager.
There is this question came up to me right now. You have been in education, you have been in as a tour manager, you have also played a role
Yes.
in the aviation industry. Which of the ones you like the best?
Frankly, if you ask me, aviation was really great. I know I have dabbled in all these three, but aviation was is more classy. You know what I mean? If I use the word, okay. So it's the epitome of grace. You have to be stylish, okay. All the pseudo culture is there, but I think it's fun. Aviation is more glamour. It's glamour in true sense, you know, because when I was a cabin crew trainer, of course I was teaching you how to pour champagnes, how to mix wines, how to talk to passengers, business class passengers, and how to very gracefully flirt with those passengers and things like those. So that was a very different ball game altogether. Being a tour manager, I was on the other side as a passenger, where I was always at the beck and call of my group. But yes, aviation is what I enjoyed the most out of all these three. Training also is definitely wonderful, you know, because you interact with so many youngsters, and they are curious about the world, and you have seen the world, and now explaining them what their future would be all like, you know. And of course, tour manager gives you a chance to free go around the world forget, okay, stay in great hotels, get some galis from passengers complimentary. That's what tour manager's job gives you. But yes, you meet some interesting people as well. So it's not always galis. Some people really bless you. Some people really remember you, and some have become my friends, you know, accidentally. So I was the tour manager, and later we have become good friends for life. So that's also very interesting. But yes, aviation is the most dear to me out of all these three.
Moving on to the next part of our conversation, that is a little philosophical question. All right.
Okay,
Since you have traveled so many
that's
places,
expected out of you, Sergeant. I'm sure that's going to come from you.
you know, I would like to know, because you know we have been teaching also. The world is so and so. India is
Yeah.
so beautiful with people, as you said
Yes.
about it. So my question is the world really beautiful as in the textbook? What is your views on that?
Yes, because I think we tourism guys always would refer to brochures once upon a time, and nowadays you look at the websites and the pictures and Instagram today. That's the craze today. The world is beautiful. Some places in the world are actually beautiful, or sometimes they are much more nicer than what you see in a picture. Okay, like for example, one of the most beautiful places I think have visited is the Amalfi Coast in Italy. Okay, really beautiful. Those cliffs and those hanging villas and those bougain villas and lemon trees and blue Mediterranean Ocean. I think really beautiful. Even Taj, our Taj. Okay, Agra is dirty, but when you see the Taj, you forget the entire muck around in Agra city. You know, and especially if you happen to see the Taj in the monsoons or in the moonlight, I think a brochure or a picture can't do much justice. Your eyes can do a lot of justice when you see it in reality. Yes, the world is actually beautiful, and that's the reason we always recommend it. You know, travel gives you all the exposure, and travels gives you a different perspective altogether. You know, which a brochure, a website, or a laptop or internet cannot give you. You know, it can give you an idea about what the place is and how beautiful it is, but how much more exceptionally great it is, only your eyes can tell you. You know, so yes, your philosophical question is right.
Just adding on to, you just spoke
The
about
answer is
people,
yes.
people of the place, wherever you visit or wherever you go to,
Mhm.
they are an
Right.
important quotient, aren't they? How they
They
look.
are. They are. Yeah. I, people see however beautiful the place is, the people are not friendly or not hospitable. For example, Europe, you know, some places in Europe people are very cold, okay, and you don't like the place. actually. You don't come with great memories. Like India, apna India le lo. India is dirty, unfortunately. We have chaos everywhere. We have noise pollution. We have infrastructural issues. But a lot of foreigners go back happy because of people. They find our people warm, hospitable, genuinely willing to help you most of the time. Some are genuinely willing to cheat you also. but I think people make the big difference, in any place. I think India is the best example. you know so people come back to India, but people come back to India, in fact, rather, because of the people. Sorry, tourists come back to India because of people. That's how it is. Yeah.
Kailash, can you share some anecdote of one of your experiences or something, that unforgettable incident that you've been with your guests outside or in India, wherever, something that you say it's something that never goes away from me, something like that?
There are many, many. Sarjan, when you are a tour manager, especially, there are many, many experiences like these. So, and in fact, I categorize into, like different parts. Either it can be embarrassing, it can be very pleasant, it can be dangerously scary that you don't want that to happen to you again, or it can be just unexpected thing which happened with me. If you allow me, I'll share one of the most embarrassing experiences.
Yes, definitely.
On the tour. In fact, I've shared this with most of my students as well. So if they hear, they'll say, we know. But this was my first tour, as I told you, to Thailand. And I was not experienced at all, so I didn't know what to tell my passenger, because I'm myself a new guy, okay? And I remember this was a group I'd taken to Bangkok. We had a very long flight to Bangkok, and from Bangkok we were just going to stay in Bangkok for the first night and then go to Pattaya the next day morning. So we just had a transit halt in a hotel in Bangkok. It was a good hotel, 4 star, and every hotel, 4 star, 5 star, has got a mini bar, and on the mini bar you have a couple of things kept. Inside the mini bar you have alcohol, chocolate, juices, everything is kept, and it's all chargeable if you use it. And hotels charge you 3-4 times more. I don't know why. Yeah, service charge in jo bhi hai. So, and I didn't tell my passengers that, if you use all this, okay, it's payable. So I gave the room keys to my passengers. They were tired. I was tired, and we came into a room. I said, I'll meet you in the morning next day. Okay. And next morning, I met all of them at the breakfast area. I told them, come with your bags down, because we are going to go to Pattaya from here. And Pattaya mein 2 raat reh ke, we will come back to Bangkok again. That was the itinerary. So they all were having the breakfast. I also said, wow, fantastic. So once everybody's ready, give your room keys and please come to the bus. The bus is ready outside. So they all came with their bags. They put their bags in the bus. And my bag was already there in the bus, because tour manager has to be always first. So I sat in the bus and everybody was in the bus. I counted everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As a tour manager, you always count. That's what your first job is. And I realized everybody's there. And I told the driver and the guide, I said, we can leave. And the bus is about to start. And the hotel manager comes running with a bunch of papers in his hand. मैंने कहा ये क्या हो गया? He says, you can't go, stop the bus. I said, what happened? So he opened the door, the driver opened the door, and he said, these are all the bills which are not paid. Your group has not paid all these bills. I said, what? We just came last night and Subato check out and we are out of Pattaya. So what are these bills? I'm sure they're not used swimming pool and nothing they've used, no laundry, foundry, all this stuff. मैंने कहा ये bills कहाँ से आ गया? And then I realized these guys have taken all the minibar stuff in their bag, okay? And the hotel, Thailand especially, what they do when the Indians are checking out, they always quickly check the room, So they give a call, saying room number so and so check out. So they check the room and they saw all these rooms, minibar is khali. And these guys said, they have to pay for all these things. And I go, oh shit, they have taken all these things. And then I take the bills in my hand and I come back into my bus and I make an announcement. And now this group was from Gujarat, one part of Gujarat, Rajkot and all. So they couldn't speak very good English. Very nice people, pretty rich, well-to-do, but they couldn't speak English very well. So I had to speak in broken Gujarati. So I told them, but the bills, So they asked me, what bills are these? I said, these are all bills, wo jo room mein everything is there, free of wo rakha hua hai na, Coke, Pepsi, biscuit, chocolate, all this stuff. अगर आपने लिया है तो उसको पे करना पड़ेगा. Oh, अच्छा, free nathi chahiye, they asked me. I said, no, this is not free, I told them. I said, this has to be paid. No, we don't want it. I said, and they said, su charge si Coke, no, मैंने कहा, like 200 bahts. Oh, outside of Coke is available for 20 baht or something, Thai currency. The 200 baht, मैंने कहा, hotels normally always charge 3-4 times more. He said, no, we don't want it. I said, if you don't want it, then अब बता वापस करवाओ मुझे. So everybody got out of the bus with their bags. They all are standing in a queue in the in the hotel lobby, and the hotel guys are checking every bill. Okay, fine, room number so and so. They're taking Coke, Pepsi. This they're going on ticking as they're getting the stuff, and that's how they're canceling every bill. And imagine all the 40 passengers are standing in the hotel lobby, and the entire it was very embarrassing. The first day, first tour, and imagine the whole world is watching, looking at me and the tour manager and my passengers, and they're giving away all these Coke and Pepsi and bread and all that stuff. I said, I was like, okay, this is over finally. And now I just quietly sat on the first seat. I didn't say anything because we all were embarrassed, you know. I mean, they, me, everybody. And I told the guide, start the bus now. Let's just Kisco 5, you know, in Hindi, we Kisco 5, you know. So this was my first tour, first day, and I said, this is crazy. But luckily the group was so nice, you know. When we reached Pattaya, they said, अरे शैलेश भाई बता दो पहले कि क्या टच कर सकते हैं होटल रूम में क्या नहीं टच कर सकते होटल रूम में एक्चुअली आई विल टेल यू but they were very sweet, you know. They also got very paranoid with this whole experience, and I was so like pani pura completely. But that was the first tour and first day on my tour, so that was
I don't think I'll
I think
forget
one of the
this
most
story
embarrassing
also.
experiences I ever had.
You have experienced it. I don't think I'll forget it.
All my students know. I always tell them because a lot of students ask me, you know, tour manager banna hai.
Practical
I said, be ready for anything, okay, anything and everything, and you have to handle it. You can't do much. I mean, so many times, so many tour managers you also cry, you know, very quietly in a rooms because people say something and you can't give it back to them. You can't reply back to them. You got to be courteous, and at the same time, your company has made some mistake, but you can't tell them. You know, so a lot of things like these happen. This was one of the most embarrassing ones.
How many countries have you visited till date?
Well, roughly maybe 45 countries. Yeah, roughly 45. Yeah. So I know I'm happy because when I was a student of tourism, never expected. But now when I look back as a matured guy now, and yeah, it's interesting. I mean, thanks to this job also, I got a chance to extensively travel. It is a tour manager's job which allowed me to, you know, see a lot of places. So although it came with its own challenges, but I got a chance to see a lot of places which otherwise I would have not, like a Morocco, you know, or Turkey for that matter, or you know, places like these. I think that was the best part. So hotels, charter planes, different kinds of people. I think that was very interesting. Yeah, the job gave me a chance to.
Shailesh, you've been in India as well, or have you traveled around India?
No, I have. I mean, I have done all the tours which are overseas, international. I have not, in fact, got a chance to see India so very well. You know, other than a few states. I mean, I think I've been to North Delhi a couple of times for my trainings, but I've not seen Kashmir, which I would love to see and come back alive from Kashmir. I have not seen the Northeast. I've not seen even Madhya Pradesh, the center of India, and a state with a lot of tourism. I think I would love to see. I've not seen Goa. There are people to Goa. You know, the beach, the fenny, the fish. Yeah, I've just been for some training and come back. So in fact, I've not seen India so well the way I've seen probably. I think I've been more to Dubai and more to Singapore than seen India because of job, because of the job. You know, because the job.
That is the next question. Which is the country you
expected
visited the most? Which is the country you visited the most?
I think I think Thailand, Singapore, and Dubai. You know, yeah, because these are the most common destinations, and since I was doing a lot of MICE tours, MICE finds it in their budget. You know, to do a Dubai, UAE. I mean, Dubai, but Dubai, UAE, we normally always go to Dubai. You know, and Singapore is Singapore itself, and Thailand maybe always do Bangkok and Pattaya. So, ये तीन very commonly visited places, and a lot of companies who want to get into MICE or want to give a MICE tour as an incentive would start off with these three destinations because they always also try to work out in the budget. And people and Indians love these places. You know, these three places can never ever die. You know, amazingly evergreen, like Devanand, you know, Dubai and Bangkok and Singapore. Yeah. Dubai is the best, I feel, you know, because Dubai, you feel like it's an extension of India. सब लोग हिंदी बोलते हैं वहाँ पे, The Arabs also know where Aishwarya Rai stays and where Shah Rukh Khan stays. The Pakistani drivers are as friendly with you. I mean, that's one place you don't feel that he's a Pakistani, he's a Bangladeshi, because they all are friends. And these guys are extremely great, friendly. India mein aake hum India Pakistan karte hain, but when you go to Dubai and all, you all work together as a team. Always your guide, your driver is always a Pakistani. And I just tell my group very quietly, मैंने कहा पाकिस्तान के बारे में कुछ कहो मत, okay? But he's a sweet guy, you know what I mean? So fantastic.
Beautiful people. Last question for the first session. Last question is that a little philosophical again.
Okay.
Not as a tourism guy, as an individual. As an individual, you have traveled so much. So my question is your views as an individual traveler. How do you look at it? Not as a tourism professional. How has it made you as a
As an
person?
individual traveler, yeah, I mean, I was in a profession called chartered accountancy once upon a time. I left that because wanted to see the world, and I think what happens is seeing the world, and as you yourself said, cultures and places and languages. I think travel really refreshes your mind completely, and and definitely there's so much to see, in the world. Like in my bucket, and nowadays this whole concept of bucket list has come. People love to use the word bucket list, okay? And तभी तो एक ज़माने में bucket list कुछ नहीं था. It was just your dream destination, whatever you call it. But yes, there's so much in the world to see. There's so much in our own country. There's so much in our own city to see. Forget the world. I think half of us have not seen our own city itself, Mumbai. People who are staying in Daisar probably don't know that Mazgaon Fort out there, the Sivri Fort. I have myself not been to Sivri Fort. I mean, forget people, I have myself not been. So there's so much to see in our own city, in our own state, in our own country, and of course the world itself. And once space tourism starts, I don't know, probably, let's see, hopefully before we die, our horizons expand into space also, so we can probably see some spots on Venus and Mars. I don't know if it's possible, but yes, travel actually expands our horizons. Travel makes us more open-minded. Travel doesn't make us petty. We are not very compartmentalized about one territory, one state, mera language, mera food. Nahi, it becomes, I think it becomes a global world, and that's what travel actually gives you. And if you can make friends around the world, believe me, it is one of the most fantastic things, because you realize one thing, Sajan, I'll tell you, is everybody in the world is looking for the same thing. They want family, they want love, they want money, they want stability. Just that the color changes, the language changes, but the thinking out here is the same. Whether you go to South Africa, you go to Germany, you go to New York, you go to Australia, you go to Bangladesh, you come to India. लोग एक ही तरह सोचते हैं. Everybody wants the same things in life. So we are almost same kind of human beings, but with different structures, colors, languages, and different habits. And travel makes you realize that there's somebody sitting in Tokyo is looking for the same thing what I'm sitting in Mumbai and looking for. Stability, profession, career, family, same things. And travel really gives you that exposure. So that's what I would say.
The first conversation, we stop it here. We thank you for giving in your insights. There are many youngsters who are actually saying they want to be tour escorts and they want to be tour managers and want to get into guiding profession.
Right.
So the next episode that we'll have, I'll ask you questions on behalf of youngsters. What should they do? What they should not do to be as a tour manager? That will be a second episode that I will be speaking to you. Thank you for joining us today, and goodbye for now.
Thank you, Sajan. Thank you so much for calling me. Great. I'll see you back again. Thank you.